I go to YouTube today?
Hello, everyone. I wanted to take just a few minutes to discuss our district's reentry plan for September the 28th. As you know, our board reviewed public health guidelines in July and approved our blue-white hybrid schedule, as well as the option for virtual instruction. The plan was developed within our guidelines from public health, the governor's office, and Kentucky Department of Education to meet the recommendations for Healthy at School. Last night at our regular scheduled board meeting, the decision was made to proceed as planned with our opening on September the 28th, utilizing our blue and white rotation schedule. In addition, we have created a survey that we would like to ask each family to complete in order to determine the number of students wishing to return to daily in-class instruction. The decisions were very difficult as we are tasked with following guidelines to protect the health of our students, our staff, and our school communities, while knowing that the best mode of instructional delivery is in person. However, there are many variables to consider in the planning process in order to ensure that our students are safe. Not just one variable in this process, but many variables that we're dealing with as a school. Moving forward, our blue and white rotation will give us an opportunity for a soft start, a test we might call it, that will allow students to get familiar with the face mask and social distance procedures that are new to them and untested to any of us at this point. This is something that we must get right. So our blue and white rotation will have our kids here 2 to 3 days a week and not 5 consecutive days. So this will give us an opportunity to test our procedures and processes throughout the way. And one major factor that went into the decision to stay with our blue-white rotation deals with our current health and safety guidelines that require that face mask must now be worn all day, with only the exception of unmasking when eating or drinking. Now, of course, as a school, we plan during our instructional day, the blue and white rotations, and when we come back on a daily basis to plan mask breaks into our schedule as well. But again, this mask requirement is more rigorous than it was in July when the guidance allowed us to unmask if we were 6 feet apart. That's when we rearranged all of our classrooms to make sure that we would be allowed to do that. We can no longer unmask, even if we meet the guidelines. Even to meet the guidelines for public health, we can't unmask at all. Sorry. Additionally, another recommendation from public health is to mask and social distance. It's no longer one or the other. So students will be masking all day when we come back to in-class instruction in the blue-white model and when we come back to daily in-class instruction until that is lifted from public health. At this time, the only data that we have from early July is the data that our parents completed. And of course, we knew a lot less about what is going on than we do now. At that time, 89% of our families surveyed stated that you would like to return to daily in-class instruction. If those numbers were the same today, that is another factor in the decision to stick with the blue-white model for a trial basis. Because our classrooms will not hold 89% of our students at one time and allow us to meet the 6-foot social distancing requirement, that is the reason that we need to resurvey our parents. So the new parent survey is going to be posted. It's actually already posted and will allow us to begin planning for the number of students that do wish to return to daily instruction. As long as we can manage the numbers according to our guidelines, we're going to do so. Remember, we want our students back. However, we're the educational experts and not the health field experts. We will follow guidelines to protect our students, your families, and our community. We realize, and honestly, we never have underestimated the hardships placed on our families, the difficulties for our children when they're trying to only do online instruction. No one values or understands the benefit of regular face-to-face instruction and student engagement between students, and engagement between students and teachers more than we do here at Barbourville Independent. The new survey that we're asking you to do can be found at this link. I'm going to give you just a second to write this down. But in addition to being able to go to this HTTP, you can also find the information, the link posted on both our school website, which is www.barbourvilleind.com. You'll find the link to the parent survey there. And you can also go to our Facebook page, which it has been listed for a long time as Barbourville City School. And you will see the actual one that will have the link on it actually shows this seal with it. So you can log on by using this link, or you can go to our school website page at www.barbourvilleind.com or our Facebook page and take that survey there. That information is very critical to the next stages of our planning process. The link is actually already posted, and the survey will remain open until September the 25th. We most definitely look forward to September the 28th and getting started with students in our classrooms. Starting in this blue and white model will allow us a great opportunity to continue an excellent instructional path while adhering to our current guidelines and analyzing what is needed prior to our return to having all students back at one particular time together. What do we need to do differently? How can we make this work while ensuring the health of our students and safety of our students? Those are questions that through this trial period of coming back slowly in this soft start, utilizing the blue and white model, that we can answer and make sure that we are ready to take on all of our students at one time and still meet our guidelines. It is also a plan. The blue-white rotation is a plan that we've had in place and communicated with parents since July. Each family was contacted and told what group and what days would be that they would be attending if you're in the blue group or white group. Should you need clarification, or if you're a new student that came to us after that information was shared, please feel free to contact us at our school office at 546-3129, and we'll clarify any questions that you may have. The calendar was posted on the school website and Facebook page. The calendar looks like this. I'm going to come a little closer so that what you see is the white shaded areas that would begin on the 28th. The blue area, blue comes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and white comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And our Fridays are rotated. So if you're blue, you look at the blue spots on the calendar, and those are the days that you would come under this blue-white hybrid model. If you're in the white group, then you would, of course, come on the white days. And the first white day is on the 29th. So if you're blue, you will start back in a seat on the 28th. And if you're white, you will start on the 29th. So this is also posted, will be reposted today to our school website page. And again, this is the address for the school website, as well as our Facebook page, which you can see. We want you to go to the one that particularly says Barbourville City School and has the seal here for you as well. There's a big tiger at the top, so you shouldn't be able to miss it. But we wanted to make sure to provide that in different locations for you to be able to take a look at. Again, we're going to be examining our survey data as it comes in so that we can make arrangements to get our kids back on campus and still meet our guidelines. We're hoping that some of those guidelines may be lifted, but as you know, according to the new matrix that we are looking at, Knox County is in the orange zone. It's still a very cautionary zone. Our average right now is averaging about 5.1 cases per day. And we have to be under that in order to have some of those requirements lifted. Again, we will be examining the survey data. We'll be planning while our kids are coming to school in the blue-white model to ensure that we have everything that we need in place. You can anticipate that we're going to continue the blue-white model for a period of 2 weeks while we're planning daily for the reentry for those of you that choose to do so on a daily basis. I want to remind those of you that have chosen the virtual option that will remain an option. You will still be able to do virtual instruction if you do not want to come in for daily instruction. Our blue-white rotations again will begin at 8 a.m. on September the 25th. Now, please look for additional information almost daily coming up on those social media and our school websites, because we'll be telling you a lot of procedural information before September the 28th to help you a little bit. Never hesitate to call for clarification of anything that you may need. Again, we will begin with our hybrid blue-white model on September the 28th. We'll have our blue group in a seat in class instruction, and the virtual group will also be logging on. Now, the time frames will change, boys and girls and parents, because we will have kids in a seat. So first period normally starts at 8 o'clock. We know we've been giving everybody a little cushion because our teachers have been responding since we're all virtual to you from 8 to 8:45. But once we start back on the 28th, we're back on the regular school schedule. So we will be sending you information to let you know the schedule, and you should have been given a schedule in your packet, but we're going to update our schedules on all of our informational booths. We're going to put the middle school and high school schedules there so you will know the class period schedules. We will also be posting the planning period times, because with part of our kids doing virtual, teachers are not available to answer throughout the day while they're doing their instructions. So you will have to contact them during their instructional planning time. So we'll get that information to you as well. And anything else you need, please feel free to email me at any time with any questions or things that you would like for us to consider. My email address is k.dixon@bville.kyschools.us. We look forward to seeing our students beginning with the 28th, and we're here for any clarification that parents may need. Let's hope to have our kids all back in a seat really soon. Thank you.